Hi everybody, how are you guys? So I know I checked in with you guys on, I think it was Monday. And I was going to record a video yesterday, but guess who went and did more Christmas decor? So I didn't get a video down. I didn't get a video in yesterday, but I'm here today and I'm gonna do things just a little different because there still is just this massive sense of endings, but it's almost like we are not doubting it. It's like we're contemplating it, maybe arguing in our heads about like, is it really over? There's no way. Like, we've been on this journey for so long, it's like over. We feel like it wasn't ceremonial enough. Go, Dexter, sit down. He is driving me crazy. Your animals might be annoying you because they know this shift. They see the shift. Okay, so I apologize. Nobody really, it's like you feel like this ending wasn't really announced, right? But I said on Monday, you know, some endings, they don't come with necessary, like 100%, I completely understand this is over closure. They come with silence. They come with peace, right? And I think that's what we're not comfortable with. So I have a pre-pull, and I was gonna just pull on camera with you guys, but I may do another one, but I wanted to show you what came out because it totally makes sense. It's like not really an explosion. There's not a dramatic ending. There's no betrayals that need any witnesses. It's subtle. Okay, so it's like nothing blew up, but it stopped responding. So texts that never came back, you were motivated to do something and that's gone, or a dream that you had now seems so off base and like out of the tree that you're like, that's so weird. It's just things falling off. It's very, very awkward because you, collective, have always been calm but prepared. But you were prepared for the next explosion. And that's the break. So the universe is really just trying to get you to slow your roll, to slow down, because now you are in your new baseline. You've crossed the threshold. You are calm and you're prepared, but you're prepared and they want you to be prepared to receive, because that's the era you're in, okay? So I talked on Monday, like, it's not about what you were what you lost or what didn't come your way. It's about what you were spared from. So I believe, for the most part, and as a collective, we're at different spots. I understand this. We are no matter where you are. I mean, you could have just started this today. But in order to start it, you made the decision to no longer stay in a timeline that was bleeding you dry. Period. The energy knows it. So whether or not you have 100% admitted it to yourself, it's kind of here nor there at this point because the energy doesn't lie. You'll get there. So it's not what you lost or what isn't going to come your way. It's what you were spared from, which means the quiet endings, the no closure, the lack of, grandeur. So I pulled tarot first, and I even did it different. I didn't riffle the cards. I just shuffled them and stacked them, and I pulled 5 cards. So the first card that I pulled, this was kind of, what was the quiet ending, right? So what actually did end with ceremony? Without ceremony, I'm sorry. This is your ceremony. You're welcome. What stopped moving? Okay? What is no longer responding? And what didn't require, this is the biggest thing, what didn't require confrontation for it to conclude, okay? So the card that came from that, I got the Knight of Pentacles. This is that grounded, reliable, the slowest card in the deck, right? But it's also, and I've said this in many readings, it's the dark horse. It's the one people counted out. It's the most intelligent, because this is the do the research, make your pros and cons, moving and planting seeds as you're going. Sure, it might take a while, but you don't miss. So this is hard work, productivity. It's consistent routine. So, I mean, this is spiritual hygiene, right? This is daily check-ins with your guides, praying more, talking to your team, understanding where you reside and what is a projection, right? Or an illusion. Okay, this is responsibility for you and you alone. It's putting down the weight of others and going forward. This is recognizing who's on your side and who isn't. Not that you won't have a few snakes in the grass, but for the most part, this is getting away from the biggest energetic leech. So that's the quiet ending. The second card I pulled is kind of the ego card, right? So like, what story is the ego telling you about this ending? But it's the narrative layer, not the truth, right? This is that you in your head would say like, I failed, I gave up too soon, I should have tried harder, or I should have been more patient, you know, that type of energy. Misinterpreting. I cannot make that. I got the star. You no longer misunderstand who the fuck you are, collective. You found purpose. You found faith. You renewed your relationship with Source, with the Most High. Okay? This is rejuvenating yourself. This is, hey, you know what? I don't really know where I'm going or where I'm gonna land, but I can't stay where I'm at, and you were okay with that. But that only comes from a safe and grounded spot. That's a healed outlook. And I think because there wasn't, not for all, but for some, because there wasn't a confrontation or there wasn't a conclusion to something, you don't feel like it's over. You're still waiting for something to go wrong, right? But that's your glow up. That's your rebound. These people went hard in the paint on you, but you are leaps and bounds above them. They could never get to you now, because this card is fucking rare. And you are a source of hope and inspiration for others. This is where two tails, they don't match up. One side versus the other. And one side is words, the other is action. And you know, what do they say? Actions speak louder than words. So the third card was, what is being avoided, or like the hidden cost to you? Like, what were you spared from, sort of energy? So what would the emotional tax been, or the energetic maintenance, or these sad future compromises you would have ended up making if you didn't get out? And I got the Emperor. You avoided losing your willpower, your confidence, your respect for yourself. You avoided being able to build your own and to be your own person, to be a leader, to be productive, to be successful, to have focus, to be practical, right? You don't rely, you don't have to rely on anybody, which is kind of the box they wanted you in. And then you realized they technically were relying on you. But you no longer have to worry about betrayals, intrusive actions, right? Like invading privacy, disregarding your boundaries, unwanted communications, okay, uninvited shit. Because you took back your creativity, you took back your willpower, you oh fuck, found confidence in yourself. Oh wait, is that self-worth? Holy shit, right? You no longer suffer trauma and distress or worrying about harm, right? That is being sent to you or trying to be done to you, not trying to put fear in your, right? But you don't have to suffer at the hands of someone who is much smaller than you are. So, damn, that's what you were spared from. I don't need pomp and circumstance now. That's what I'm thinking. I just keep thinking like, well, fuck. That's what I'm saved from? A dictator? An abusive asshat? Wow. No more emotional tax. So the next card after this, right? I was like, all right, so then what's this bringing in? Like, what's this, what did it open up? Like, what is free to move around? Like, what energy is free to come in? What space did we open? Because you know, when you heal this and you do the work, right, it takes all of that dark heaviness out and it leaves space for receptivity, for good things to come in. So what's this new access point about, right? That's kind of how I was looking at it. Like, you know, you can finally breathe because you didn't have that ability before. You didn't have that permission, but now you don't need permission. The card that came out was the Six of fucking Pentacles. Receiving, giving, generosity, reciprocity. Like, you are now bringing in energetic matches. Right? You know your worth. So, okay. So then the last card, I was like, all right, well then what's, you know, kind of how I usually, still, how I like to end other readings. I'll just be like, well then what seals this? Like, what's it? I don't really feel like I need clarifying, but what's the seal here? Like, what ends this? Because this is delightful. Obviously not at the beginning, right? Because it's been a long haul, but the final seal, Ace of fucking Pentacles. So this is, you know, like I said earlier, you cross a fucking threshold. You are now in a period, sorry, I like got something in my eye. You are now in this manifestation period, abundance, okay? Like, your essence has returned, therefore you are attracting things you deserve. High caliber, everything, okay? And it may not seem like it at the moment. I'm not trying to say like, hey, yeah, like, okay, you know, $1 million is gonna land in your lap tomorrow. No, but you know what? $1 million idea might, or you might even be sitting on $1 million idea, right? This Ace of Pentacles, like, I know people look at it as money, but really it's just pioneering and it's leading. It's being the alpha, because that's what attracts the abundance, because you're ambitious. And you seize the day, you seize the opportunity, okay? So, yes, it could be prosperity. There could be like a surprise financially. Maybe a bill gets taken care of, or you end up getting a refund on something, or, you know, maybe there is, you know, a little gift that comes for you that, you know, that's neither here nor there at this point, because you are defying the odds. Period. Like, this is like past flipping the board. This is past flipping the table. This is past checkmate. This is you getting up and leaving. Making sense? Your energy is no longer anywhere near any of this darker stuff. That's power. You got up and you fucking left the game. But let's be clear, most of you didn't even realize it was a game. So it's not really like a predictive read. I know, like, and maybe this is what you need to hear. It's gonna hit it's gonna hit you where it needs to hit you if this is for you, right? Like, obviously, only take what resonates. That's sort of like duh. But this is more of a recognitive reading, like recognizing, hey, okay, you know what? I have done the work. I am on the fucking mountaintop. I will no longer entertain shit that does not protect my goddamn fucking peace. And I am also seeing what I was fucking saved from. Because whoever I was around, wherever I was working, this group of friends that I was with, or even my fucking family, they did not cultivate peace in my life. Moving on, terrifying. But I can. They're not going to be able to. And I don't even care about that anymore. I know who I am. I know what I can do. I know. I was never the fucking problem. Their concern and their care was control in a fucking cardigan. Right? They were never honest. They have probably never done an honest thing in their fucking life. And I don't need to stick around for the rest of the world to fucking see it. And you went. Because you realized you were never the problem. They attacked you relentlessly because they couldn't stand themselves at all. That ain't your problem, collective. They sure tried to make it your collective, and God knows what they took from you. They probably took everything. They would have probably skinned you alive if they could. And for some of you, it may feel like they did. For me, for sure. But you know what? I'm sitting on some pretty big fucking shit right now, and I am so fucking happy. And the things that I know that I will never tell, I can't even. The things I have been shown and the things that I have seen. I don't understand sometimes. I don't get it. I look sometimes like I'll be here like, and you know, something will click, or I'll recognize a different pattern, or I'll see something and I'll be like, oh my God, how did they make it to this age? How do they tie shoes? How do they still have hair? Or no wonder they don't have hair. No wonder they look like a troll, right? Where, you know, 10 years ago they didn't, but now their teeth look gross, their skin looks gross, they look haggard. Like, some people don't age like, you know, fine wine. But that's more to do with the secrets and the darkness. And when you get out of it and you recognize shit and you look back on it, you're like, fuck, I don't even care if I live in a box on a corner. Because that energy would be delightful compared to where I was. And I didn't even realize how dark it was. Like, that's what I mean here. Like, when you cross that threshold, they cannot. You are not their charity worker. You are not the power source. And you know what? You don't need anyone's charity when it comes to that. Because you find all you need in here. And that's why there was no pomp and circumstance. I do feel, though, that there will be a little bit, but it's going to come in blessings. Because some of you began manifesting, that's right, when you started to heal from the hurt. And that's true manifesting. And some of you may have even forgot about some of the things that you prayed for. But it took this hurt for you to truly know what you really wanted. And even at that time, you may not have known like specifics on what you wanted. Hold on a minute. You may not have known specifics on what you wanted, but you knew what you didn't want. So I have a bunch of powerful healers in my collective, and I love you all so much because goddamn, this pull here, like I have really never done one like this, and I was shocked. I wanted to just see what I could get. I didn't really need even any clarification, and I didn't think that you needed it because it's not a predictive reading. It's just a recognitive reading. However, because I'm me, and I haven't really pulled a whole lot of cards lately because I've been busy, I decided to pull some, God, I don't know what, she's on Etsy. I don't know. She has 2 decks, like little tiny decks. I can't even remember her name, but she's in California. I love these decks. But it was here, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna clarify. So when I clarified this, at first I thought, oh crap, I don't need a seal on this, or like what is the, like a clarifying card for it, but I did flip the deck over, right? And at the bottom, it was the 10 of Cups. Following the Ace of Pentacles, we have the 10 of Cups. Because the bottom of the deck is shit you don't see at the moment, right? Well, you don't see this because this is your fucking energy. This is that I could be in a, hi, Stella. Do you like her little Christmas bandana? Watch out, mama. This is the, I could live in a refrigerator box, but the energy would be delightful card. Powerful energy. So I was like, damn, okay, now I wanted to clarify. That's when I used this deck. So when I pulled on the quiet ending, or like what ended quietly, you know? So like what didn't really require a confrontation, I pulled the substance abuse card. Stella, be careful. It says excessive, harmful, impairment, toxic, addiction, dependence, withdrawal symptoms, and misuse. Yeah, you pulled yourself away from people that abuse the fuck out of you, that were toxic as fuck to your energy, to your soul. This is the beginning of shamanism right here, is what I think. Okay, so I got that substance abuse card. So then when I got to the star, which is that, you know, hope, calm, like finding purpose. Stella, oh my gosh, mama can touch herself, touch her hair if she wants. All right. I got this communication card. It's a phone on it, but it came in the reverse. So it says communication, connect, pick up, hang up, call back. In the reverse with the star. Yeah. You're done with any toxic anything. No interest. You know? It's like you and your spirit team divided and conquered. That's what I think happened. What is this? $901 billion defense bill that demands something from our, oh, I'll have to look into that later. It's like in your trash, like I'm seeing like my trash, like I have a drawer that pulls out and I have 2 trash cans. I have like a trash one and I have a recycling. You figured out, you went through a division, and you took the trash out and then you recycled what you needed to. That's like shadow work. You got rid of the burdens that weren't yours. And then you started processing, okay, this is pop cans. I'm gonna recycle those, right? So then you dealt with that and you turned it into something beautiful. Then you looked at glass. Same thing, right? So you went through that division. That's that spirit dividing and conquering. Like a lot of you had to go through a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, some illnesses, most likely sicknesses, but they did that because there were certain points in this where you couldn't be emotionally tested. So you were forced into focusing your energy somewhere else while other shit was taking place, right? Understanding how much trust you now have in the unseen is one of these beautiful blessings coming out of this, because you see how things fucking worked. I said it a while ago, like there's going to come a point where you will sit back and recognize how all of these distractions or things that kind of threw, you know, little road bumps or speed bumps, how they were precisely implanted because of A, B, C, and D. It's all going to make sense. That's this. Because that's what got you in. That's what got you into the Emperor energy, right? So like that's what you avoided, the emotional tax. Because, oh, I tell you, the first card that came out was the solar plexus card. You know your power. You got your confidence back. Willpower. Big man on campus energy, right? Boss daddy, boss mommy energy. No, nothing more intrusive. Like nobody is going to be able to break through the barriers and the boundaries you've put up, right? No more betrayal. You know, they're using the same plays that they've used for years, and you got the playbook. They don't know how you got the playbook. They don't know how you know what you know, but they can't hide what you know. So a little bit of heat stroke going on over there. It's getting a little hot. Not for you though. Well, somebody might actually be. That might be another reading. Oh. All right. So then when I looked here at the new access point with the Six of Pentacles, I got, you know your worth. So you saw what was happening to you. It's giving cult behavior, and I say cult behavior in the sense that people ganged up on you, period. People were opportunistic. Somebody might have just not liked how you looked, or not liked how much attention you got. And then somebody else didn't like that you were smarter than they were, or you had a better house, or you had a better car, or, you know, just in general, the world responded to you better. You know, it's so childish, really. But they kept you limited and restricted, and it was very surgical how they did it. And then, you know, why not? We have triangulation, triangulation. So you have someone up here who likes to play the victim for sympathy. But here's the thing. They can't play victim and cause the chaos at the same fucking time. And now that's what the world's seeing. Because that person will, you know, talk negative or gaslight or compare to somebody, and then tell lies to somebody else, right? So you have this one up here, the mastermind, who's like playing the victim, who's lying and lies and like has stories and narratives that support their pain and the tension and the conflict to this person. And then over here you have this gaslighting and whatever else. And then in the middle, you pitting people against each other, right? A real fucking winner. So like I said, they don't know how you fucking know. This is knowing without external influence, truth revealed, decisions made without overanalyzing issues, intuition. They could never. Because look here. You see that? They could never. They could never. Ever. This is like the Two of Swords. So the external pressure was gone, and it was very easy for you to get out in a decision way. I'm not saying that you didn't have to suffer. That's not what I'm saying at all. But there was a moment in time where you were like, fuck this. And now I'm hearing that For Once in My Life by Stevie Wonder. Like that's what I'm hearing right now. It's like you have dreams now that nobody's going to take away from you. You've got people that support you. You have a home. You have things that are not going to be taken away from you. Because you always did things by the book, right? And this is also part of that. You woke up at just the right fucking time for you to be safe from something that wasn't going to really be emotionally taxing, which could also lead into, you know, the reality of it causing issues in the 3D, you know? So then I was like, all right, well, the Six of Pentacles, you know your worth. What energy is free to move? This access point. You got rid of all this bullshit. You put the burdens down from other people, and now you're moving on, right? So you finally breathe, and what does that open up for you? Okay, I got magic mushrooms and quiescence. So you are open and not afraid of hangman energy, like where you got to take a pause or a rest or, take a step back. You're not, because when you do such a thing, it's awakening yourself to a deeper level of understanding, like, more truths, maybe more esoteric knowledge, deeper level wisdom. And that is what helps you kind of, again, you come into that emperor energy where you are able to create, to protect, to build. It's structure, it's stability, but it's not authoritarian. You're authoritative. There's a difference, okay? So, but also when you have such a positive mental shift like that, you also are trusting more in the unseen. So like you might have more mystical experiences, right? You like this peace that you found. You like this quiet. You like this calm, this tranquility, all right? You understand that there are going to be times where you are going to be temporarily paused. And you don't fight that anymore because you understand unseen shit is happening. And you don't worry about it anymore. Whereas before this Knight of Pentacles, this dark horse, you were trying to fucking control everything. I mean, really, you were being puppeteered, but that's a different story for a different fucking day. So then we get to the Ace of Pentacles, right? This is that, what is stabilizing now, that there isn't any interference on your part. Like you're not doing more. It's not like you're not having to hear universe say, stop touching what's done, right? You're like, okay, I know the stove, because it's red, is hot. I'm not gonna touch it anymore. I know. Oh, that's wet paint. I'm not gonna put my hand in it anymore. Like, I know. Oh, that's a wet paint bench. I'm not sitting there anymore. Like you've learned, okay? And that's when this card came out. So that's the keep quiet card. This is hidden truths, secrets, silence, confidential information, sensitive information, but it's in the fucking reverse. Like I said, hands tied, triangulation, cult behavior. This is bullshit. Some of it's most likely illegal. That's what's coming out, which is a big ace for you. It's just one of the many that are going to be coming towards you. So that's freaking cool. And then when I looked here, I got the 10 of Cups. Oh, you can't even make it up. Did I not just say illegal? There's the 7 of Swords. But I think in this case, this was like strategy too. The 10 of Cups, I cannot make it up here. Blue Lotus. All right, this Blue Lotus card, if you haven't, oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Blue Lotus oil, highly recommend. Amazing. It's like Blue Lotus essential oil. I should get it out. I have some in my main floor of my house. I have some in the basement and I have some upstairs. So Blue Lotus energy is expansive. It's like expanded consciousness, which would fit here with this this quiescence and the magic mushroom. Look at these mushrooms. I cannot. I love this. But it's awakening. It's like a new awakening. And if you have been on this journey, you go through lots of awakenings. So that's not anything new, okay? It's just like ego deaths. Like how many of you had? 7,000? Same. Someone's in for a really big one though. But you trust it now. So you might be having more lucid dreams, but it doesn't really, you don't wake up in a state of, oh my God, what do I take from it? You just know, because you're at peace, you're calm, all right? Inner peace. Your third eye, it's just, it's wide open. And you're calm, cool, and collected. Collective. Calm, cool, and collected. Collective. So what is that? No. What is squared? Cube. What is third? Squared, cubed. I don't know what 4 is. Something to the 4th power, maybe? I don't know. C to the 4th power. Growing up, my dad always used to say P cubed, like the letter P and then cubed, like 3. Oh my God, my friend is gonna get so mad at me because she's like a math teacher. But P cubed, I was like, Dad, what does that mean? It's like piss poor planning. So I like to use P cubed as well. You collective are no longer in that box of P cubed. You're C4 to the 4th power. I don't know what that is. Now I feel silly. What is that? Maybe it is just C. I don't know. I do words, not numbers. I do words, not numbers. Anyways, that was your reading, but I want to see here. Sorry. You guys, I think my mom wants to put more Christmas decorations up today. I saw on TikTok somebody talking about like how you can tell somebody had a childhood by Christmas decorations, and it's like the macaroni ornaments or the clothes hanger reindeer ornaments on trees, or like the little ceramic Christmas tree where you had to like stick the lights in it, you know? I have all of those things. And it brings me so much joy. And I was laughing because it is true. Christmas has changed decor-wise. I do see red and green, but it's a lot of neutral. I mean, I think I said this before in a video. We used to get real trees. And then for the love of God, we would put bubble lights on them. Those things get fucking hot. They have to. For the water to boil inside the glass fucking tube. And then we'd put fucking tinsel on top of that. Are you fucking serious? That's the best though. And now I have 2 ornaments on that tree. And then I have like the Christmas nail. That's like my favorite thing. I have it on both of them. Like, well, I have them for all my trees. I only have 3 trees. Divine timing and compassion. But I cannot put like my ornaments on. And I got some really, well, I did buy new ornaments because I needed things that don't break because I have cats. And my chain gang, they love the tree. So I may put some ornaments on my tree even though Christmas is next week. I don't know. I go back and forth. I'm going back and forth. But it was making me laugh because I was like, I can't believe like we're a week out from Christmas almost. And I was like, he's on TikTok. His name's Greg. He's like, but I digreg. Find your joy. It made me laugh. And now I'm sitting here looking at a ceramic tree that I have with the little lights in it. You guys, I cannot. So here's the 2 cards that came out. 3. Trusting the universe. Okay, I'm using the next one too, but we're going to trusting the universe. That's what you did. Manifestations. Hello. Ace of Pentacles. I mean, just confirmation here. And healing energy. Did I not say shamanism? You're all a bunch of fucking healers. Look at you, collective. Look at this beautiful confirmation. And the last card that I was going to use because it came under trust the universe. Fuck, okay. Ask and receive an angelic protection. Ask and receive an angelic protection. You were removed in the exact minute you needed to be for whatever is coming out that is tied to this triangulation and keeping you bound. You were removed just in time so that you can be sitting here in an energy that they said they were, but they could never. And it's a rough, what do we have, a new moon? Is it in Sagittarius? What's coming? I don't know, tomorrow, something. I should have had my moon cards, but because I have to go decorate, I think again, I didn't go downstairs. Sorry, folks. Sorry. But there's a new moon, so there's a lot of exposure. There's a lot of fucking exposure. But that's why, collective, that is why we've had quiet endings. Ace of Cups. Facing difficult realities in the transformation. You chose to face whatever was coming. They did not. And a lie collective, you know, they lie and they keep lying because it works until it doesn't work. Because no matter what, Four of Swords, Ten of Cups, mindfulness, calm, cool, collective. Okay. Ooh, my tummy just grumbled. My tummy growled. It hasn't done that for a while. Those that just continued to lie because it worked, I'm telling you, man, they hit you and they tried that one last time where the universe was literally like, are you serious? Fuck. Yeah, they went and did it, didn't they? It didn't work that time. And now it doesn't work for anybody because a lie could never outrun a truth. That's what they seem to not acknowledge. I mean, somebody could go to the grave with a bunch of lies and then a diary shows up. Or somebody passes away and you're clearing out their stuff and you find a playbook of all the nasty shit that they did to somebody. Shall we do some wisdom? And then we'll sign out here. Oh, money at the bottom of the deck. Money. We have the Ace of Pentacles. I am tapped into the universal supply of money. So some of you have had to cut back on your spending, and that's what they're saying. We forced you sort of into that energy because it allowed you to get your ducks in a row. That's how you figured out what was most important to you. Because obviously not all money is good money, and money does not buy happiness. Plus, wealth is energetic. Money is a fucking construct, like time. So angel number 88888. So 8 to the 5th. Sorry. If you know, you know. Or if you get it, you get it. So 88888 is a message to learn that managing your money better helps you become more secure and provides safety net. Emperor, Ace of Pentacles. Confirmation for unpredictable situations. Now, if you're put into a situation where other people are blocking the flow of income to you or obstructing it in any way, shape, or form, trust. It will come at the moment you need it. And those that did this, who thought they were slick, are fucked. Just saying. I don't know why that came in, but somebody needed to hear that. Trust. You will be repaid handsomely for any type of financial blockage or obstruction, whether they're using it to control, because like I was a financial abuse victim, still kind of, like it still sucks to say that, but a lot of people are. And the ones that do it don't think it's ever going to come back on them. Confirmation. I'm getting a notification here. It said something about a drugstore. Those that do those types of things, they may get away with it for a while, but you know what? There's always a trail. And the Most High and Metatron can make anything come out. So, any obstacles they put in front of you in that manner, don't worry. Don't lose sleep over it. It will come back. And this is the holidays, and I'm sure a lot of people are in a situation where they're dependent on income to come in at certain dates, certain times, because it covers bills in certain ways. I understand that, right? Like, I am an adult. But people who fuck with that will be fucked with. So just let it, justice is occurring. All right. Words of wisdom. I have to go to the grocery store. Serenity. Peace. Confidence. Oh, geez. Joy. And transform. So, okay. Serenity. Everything in and around me is in perfect harmony. You are moving into a time of greater inner peace and tranquility. The angels reassure you that peace of mind is within you, and you can feel this serene even in the midst of great turmoil. Peace. Nothing can disrupt my peace. The angels remind you to make being peaceful a priority in your life. Practice peace every day in quiet thought. Some may need deep meditation or just peaceful action, walking, swimming, reading a good book. Use that power, the peace that brings to you, to make your life a thing of rhythm and grace. Okay, so we have peace and serenity. Then we had joy and confidence with transforming. So all things in life change, and I adapt willingly and easily. The only reason you adapt willingly and easily is because you understand protecting peace, protecting the salvation, protecting the Lord's saving of your life. Every day, you respect it, okay? And you have more faith, and you have a stronger relationship with Source than you have ever had. Sorry. I don't know what just happened there. Angels want you to know you're now coming full circle. You are ready to move into this next stage. What did I say? It doesn't mean you have to forget the past, though. That's that division process, the trash and the recycling, transforming, okay? Because now, like I said, and I have the star here, confidence and joy. So confidence, when I set my mind on something, I won't stop until I reach it. If you're lacking confidence in making a decision, the angels are sending you positive energies to boost that confidence. They will let you know, or they want to let you know that support and encouragement is always available to you, because they are always there. All right. Enjoy. When you feel happy, you manifest more reasons to be happy. This angel here reminds you that when we choose happy thoughts and we set intentions to live joyfully, we are setting ourselves up for success and contentment in all areas of lives. This is your energy. You are a present. You are a freaking present. What is it? First state to pursue Medicaid work requirements? Yeah. You are a present to the world, and they need to see your light. It's beautiful energy. You're the star. You are so committed to your peace, protecting it, and to building on what you have done, and that's where you need to stay. So good job. I'm so proud of you, collective. We all are. We all are. I hope that you guys found something in this reading, okay? I really do. I hope you did, because it's important for, you have to understand, you're not in an energy of grieving. You don't grieve this. You're not grieving the ending anymore. You're just detoxifying in the drain. You're detoxifying from the drain. You're okay with staying still and being less reactive. You're not a reactive person anymore. You respond, you don't react. And sometimes you don't even respond. And that, collective, is magic. You got a lot of people going, how the fuck? How the fuck? Let them. Yeah, you gonna go scare the birds? My doves are back. I haven't had doves for a little while, but I think there was just so much going on. But my dad is good. God, he's doing very well. My mom, holy shit, she is blowing my mind with physical therapy. She's blowing her mind. We were talking about that yesterday. And my brother, he's back. They didn't admit him into the hospital, but God, he sounds like his voice gets so low, it drops to this crazy low octave. Because I was talking to the nurse when he was in the emergency room, and he doesn't live in my city, so I was on the phone. And I could hear him, and I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, he's sick. That's his sick voice. But he's back. He's back at the home. And in fact, when I was like, hold on, that was him actually calling. So I got to call him back. But You're sitting in just beautiful energy collective. Like I said, you're detoxifying. You're okay with pausing and sitting and being calm and cool. And you're kind of grounding yourself into being prepared, but prepared for reception, not for explosion. And that's where you need to be. You have a heat wave coming your way, but it's going to be beautiful. It's like, what is that in Grumpy Old Men? Like, we're having a heat wave. As I just get a weather notification for this massive windstorm that's going to blow through here tomorrow. Yay! But winds of change. I love you guys. Enjoy this. Ground into this, because this is your new reality. Oh my gosh. I love you. I should go. I got things to get done, just like you probably do. But I will see you in the next video. But until then, bye for now.